know what I'm saying? And we're gonna talk about two different topics here, but the first one we're gonna jump into is something that's, kind of really hot, that's kind of hitting the internet right now, you know what I'm saying? It's the situation between Stephen A and LeBron James. And I'm gonna roll a little clip for y'all, kind of give you a little piece of what's going on, and then we're gonna dig into this thing, you know what I'm saying?
But I'm not here to blame LeBron James. That wasn't a basketball player talking to me last night. That was a dad. I'm thinking about the fact that I'm incredibly sad that it had to happen. I'm incredibly sad that a father was looking in my face vehemently and defiantly, hostilely, telling me to stop effing with his son when I was talking about him. That makes me sad. It really does. But let me tell you, why I'm most sad. Because I wasn't wrong. I stand by what I reported. I stand by what I said at that time.
All right.
I didn't hear that one.
All right, y'all seen the clip. Yeah, you seen the clip. You say you didn't hear that one?
I didn't hear him. So
it's actually a
I'm
little
sad.
piece of,
I'm sad. Okay.
Yeah, he got the full, because got the full segment or whatever, and I took a piece of it, you know what I'm saying, and played it on here. But it's something that everybody knows going. You heard different sides of the people. Some people feel some ways. Some people say feel another way. I'm gonna say it like this here. I agree to an extent, because hell, I know me and they said we are fathers. We know how it is when it comes to if somebody was to really try to mess with our child or say anything about our kids or whatever. But here's the deal that I'm express about this here. Man, look here. First of all, you in the NBA. Number two is to kind of be analysis and report, give his opinion on certain things. I understand the part about, speaking about your child and everything, but the thing that I have an issue with, by him doing that, ain't like Stephen A. no shots at him, take punches at him, nothing like that. What it kind of did was make his son look weak. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, everybody knows how his son got on that team. Okay? Not because he had the talent to be on that team, but it was because of what LeBron wanted. I don't have a problem with, because Clint, you and I spoke about it. I kind of got what you with something. I wouldn't have a problem with my son being up under me, but at the end of the day, he has to earn stripes and pay his own path. Okay, and like I was saying, a lot of people know exactly why his son was on that team. Now you basically stepped over good players to pull your son on this team. And here's the thing. He's not really the person that's supposed to be foot down about what he wanted like that. You get what I'm saying? So, no disrespect, but no, the kid was a bust. And that's all really Stephen A. is really, you know what I'm saying? Not to really take no shots at the kid himself, but he know that LeBron basically was the cause of all that. What's y'all feed on that, man?
For me personally, like I always tell you, all I see is a bunch of hating. What this is to me is the for the format of what generational wealth should look like. If LeBron James' way to success was the basketball, and the way he did was just pass this skill to his son, so his son can have some kind of foundation for his life, his living. I don't see what's so different. If it was NASDAQ or what our president and them do when they get their kids into certain situations that they didn't deserve, I don't see a lot of people complaining about that. So what, the boy didn't come up to the skill sets of what it is. It's a business first and foremost of all. So what I do is see a father that's passing something to his child that help get him to a level that help him take care of his family. Everybody want to ridicule and say who this and who that. There's nobody who stepped in the NBA who didn't have to develop their game. It was plenty of people that came out that said, oh, they wasn't going to achieve or they wasn't going to get to a higher level of play. So what if he take that and use that as motivation? Let that be his platform to stand on. Everybody want to sit here and talk about, oh, LeBron, man, because his son, he taking up for his son. But what you would have did if your son was sitting there? No, you wouldn't have let your son, you would have stepped up and talked. You be like, hey, man, check this out, because first, foremost of all, if you got a problem with him, you damn sure got a problem with me. So all I see is a father being a father that's actually trying to pass his son something to help him succeed in life. Like I said, if it was NASDAQ, nobody would have been complaining. They ain't see nobody complaining now with the politics shit going on, motherfuckers in office that don't deserve it. I don't hear nobody complaining about that. So it's just the simple fact of, like I always say, it's just people pick and choose their conversations, man.
I definitely agree with the
I'm checking.
Yeah, so check this out. My thing is this here. It's wrong with that, like I stated, okay? But just like there's other players whose sons came in the league and so forth, so on. And I understand the fact about passing the torch on a job and all that stuff there. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. But here's the deal. Just like I know, things is now. It's not like it was before, or where, you bring people in or whatever, and then, okay, it is what it is. But now a camera is everywhere. Okay, you and I spoke about that. A camera is everywhere. Here's the people, even this child, I'm pretty much sure he knows, regardless of how it may look, he's still gonna get criticized because of the fact of who his father is. He's still gonna get looked down upon because of who his father is.
And that could be used as motivation, man.
I ain't gonna.
That shouldn't stop him from trying to get to his goal. What I see is, like Soul was saying, is nepotism. Why is it always right for one to do, but it's got to be a limit on others? So what? The boy ain't the best basketball player. You gonna sit there and tell me out of all them teams, it's people who didn't make that roster, it wasn't other people who didn't make the roster that was better than them. You gonna sit here and tell me that too, right? So it's just like, man, it's business, and yeah, it's a new form of business. You got players now. You got players now who have sons that's coming into the league. So why not be able to pass that torch to your son if this is what basically I had to give you as a skill to succeed? Like, that's the whole thing. It's just a father passing to his son what he had to use as a skill to succeed. So what? He not good enough? You can have this argument all day about people who not good enough for the positions they in.
Now, when you come in to something that's, let's say, a league or whatever, yeah, you're part of that league, but is it your business? No. There's a difference between business and then passing the torch, because at the end of the day, you can actually, I know me, if I'm gonna pass something to my kids or whatever, you gonna show me that you deserve this. Okay? You gonna show me that you deserve that. So is he a bad player? I'm not gonna just hand it to you because
is LeBron James' son a bad player?
Because I'm not gonna say anybody who makes it to that level is a bad player. I don't believe in that, because anybody who makes it to a professional level is, you got to have some type of skill to you. Okay,
But you
so
are
I'm not
saying that he
saying that
doesn't
he's
deserve to
not
be there.
that he's a bad player, but he's not basically living up to the standards that everybody thought when he comes in. A lot of players go do that. Just
But
like
they
Queen just
saying
said,
the
a lot of
same thing
players,
about them
they
two
experience
girl
that.
basketball players that just came in. And nobody's going to be up to par, like really for real. What was it, Angel Reese and the white girl? They saying the white girl ain't playing to her full potential right now. When he got it, yeah. But they're saying that she's not playing up to her full potential.
Yeah, when she first got in, she wasn't doing too good. Yeah.
So what's the difference between her
she wasn't doing too good. Now
Reese and LeBron James' son?
Reese was playing. But wasn't doing too good. Okay, she kind of developed that a little bit more as she went along.
So why don't you think that LeBron James' son is going to do the same?
You say, hold up.
Why don't you think that LeBron James' son is going to do the same thing?
This is what I'm saying. You didn't catch what I said. You didn't catch what I said.
What you said?
Not saying that the kid is not going to eventually do that.
Okay.
To the matter is the draft pick. Let me go over it again. The draft pick. Okay. There was other players there. As an organization, there was other players there with more potential or whatever. Because to my knowledge of doing the research or whatever, the young guy, he didn't do too well even in where he was at before he got to the league. Okay. You knew there was other players there that you could have pulled in place. Okay.
But is that really on LeBron or is that
going
on
back
the
to
team
what I
management?
was saying about basically I was all the really.
I didn't hear you. You was breaking up some.
And I will point this. I said all of the above. All of the above. All of the above with that. Because as a business, you're supposed to do what's best for business. You're supposed to do what's best for your business. Okay? At the end of the day, you got don't be wrong. LeBron he's basically gonna be a legend. He's gonna be you know what I'm saying, when he's done with his career. Okay? But he's also an aged player. So at the end of the day, you're an organization. You gotta set your team up for success. Okay? And that's not just these years, the years to able to go and look at the right people and that you think will be a success to your team. Okay? You're not if anything, if you're gonna bring some age players onto your team, it's gonna be to really, you know what I'm saying, mentor some of the younger kids. But you gotta look at your organization, what you got going on. Okay? You're supposed to be trying to build that. This is not my organization. I'm just saying, if it was me, I know how I would look at it, and I know what a lot of and I just see from a lot of organizations, they handle their business when it comes to those type of things. Not taking nothing away from the fact of wanting to play with your child. I don't have no problem with that. But here's the thing. Don't always hold your child's hand too. You gotta let them walk on their own. That's the point of what I'm making here. And
yeah, that's true. That's true. But kind of I would step in too.
Let the boy earn his stripes because. Mm-hmm.
I would. Hey, so how Soul would step in? Like, okay, so Soul, if you was in that situation, because we know last time you said that about your daughter and stuff like that, and how you were planting generational wealth and doing things of that nature and stuff like that. How would you go at that if you were in that position? And just say you had a orchid already set up, and you could. How would you approach that? Like, how would you approach that? I'll just let you.
I would
lead into that conversation.
I do kind of feel like LeBron, he could have went to Stephen A himself instead of putting it on the cameras like DJ Robbie Keith said. You got cameras everywhere. So I would have called him up on the phone, or I would have met with him.
Yeah.
Or let him know what the deal was. I don't know exactly what LeBron James said to what's his name? Stephen A. I don't know exactly what he said to him, but as a mom, I would have definitely put my words out there to let him know how I felt about the situation. And yes, nepotism. My daughter is going to get every bit of nepotism that I can offer her. And if because Robbie Keith said there was other qualified people, I definitely would make sure that my daughter is put in a position to where that she's going to be better than the ones that that should have or could have taken her spot.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But like Cleve said, he was put in a position. He was put in a position. He was put in a position to be able to get his son further. And like you said, it's up to the son to, put his work out there. But I don't know how he played. I just know about the situation as I saw the videos yesterday. It all could have been handled differently. And Stephen A. also has an issue with he's like the Wendy Williams of sports.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing about him. He has an approach to where he makes stuff look where somebody will confront him a certain type of way. Now, I get what everybody's saying. I do understand what Robbie Keith said. I'm open to the conversation. That's what I love about my brother. We can have these type of conversations and not always have to be on the same page. But the understanding of it all is that truly looked at as like generational wealth? Because think about all these other folks out here who never was really built for the position that they have. And it's like, I believe because this is under the spotlight and everybody can look at it and point a finger at it, I think everybody now can just sit back and say, well, you know what? But it's no different from nothing else. So let's switch it from basketball and say like politics, or let's say like business when the same stuff occurred. You understand me? And if we're going to sit here and create a standard.
And that's what.
Now that you said that, I think that's maybe why LeBron decided to put it on camera.
That's why I said.
Why he decided to make it a big thing, so nobody can say anything was said behind closed doors.
See, check this out. Anybody who knows me that talks to me or whatever, I'm not a big fan of foolishness and I'm saying that Stephen A. puts out there, okay? But that is also something that he stated. You get what I'm saying? And the one thing he said at the end of his conversation, that it really wasn't about the situation. It was about him. Okay? So in other words, he's basically the one that's seeking the attention. Okay? You stated, same thing I thought, same thing clean, probably laid out there. That could have been said behind closed doors, but he didn't do it. Okay? So it shows that this man was seeking attention. Look, me personally, well, clean, came up, but even if we was in that field of play, making what they was making, of course, we have to approach things a little differently. And the fact of the matter is, I have that conversation with you behind closed doors. I don't need an audience to get a point across to that's about serious to me. I'm not going to put that all over social media and everywhere for people to see. That should have been a personal conversation. Okay?
Yeah,
Stephen A. job, just like many others, is to basically get up there and speak foolishness and whatever else that comes to their mind or their personal opinions. That's what they get paid off to do. Okay? But like I say, man, as a man, I'm and it's not going to be in front of an audience. Okay,
and I get that,
that's
brother.
what it is.
I get that 110. But see, how I try to look at it, I guess I want to be optimistic about it. I see an evolution, man, because at one time you had to look at it like a lot of black fathers was absent in these boys' lives, and they had to try to figure this shit out by themselves. And it's like now you can look at sports and different shit like this and see how these boys being able to pass the torch. And in my heart and mind, I'm like, hell yeah, that's how you're supposed to do it. Because honestly, everybody talk about generational wealth, but what is the way to go at it? You get what I'm saying? Is it a sense of generational wealth of being selfish? Because that's what it really fucking look like. It's not like you motherfuckers say, you know what, you get yours, then you share it, and you share it.
Let me ask you.
No, you get what I'm saying? They put a motherfucking like monopoly on this bitch. So it's kind of like, damn, if you could get out here and put a monopoly on the game, even if it is fucking basketball, because basketball ain't nothing but a bouncing wallet. You understand me? Why not show your son how to make business off his wallet? I can't help this motherfucker. I can't help that he can't ball like his daddy. But guess what? His daddy is in a position where he can make decisions. And that's what it's all about, being able to make decisions. You understand me? In positions.
Answer this. Answer this for me now.
I'm listening.
Hey, answer this for me. Be straight up. You don't think that LeBron did with all what's right now, you don't think that made his son look a little soft?
No.
Man, look here. Go ahead, Miss Soul. I need to hear before I want to speak my perspective.
Because
go ahead, Miss Lady. Let me hear what you're talking
anybody
about.
else would stand up for their child. Sometimes people need to know that somebody got their back.
I know that, but check this out. Go ahead.
Most times people think that they can bully other people because they don't think that nobody is going to stand up for them. If one person needs to know, if a child needs to know I got your back, that parent steps up. He's got enough people coming at him at other different kind of angles. If anybody's going to have his back, his father is going to have his back, and now everybody know it.
Can't argue with that, bro. What you saying, bro? Let me hear you.
I get that, and that's what I was asking. That's what I was asking. Now, did it because to be real with you, if you look at some of these interviews that's out there, you will hear some of the same stuff that I'm stressing right now. It's a question that was presented. You have different people who have different happen. Because I heard some of the people saying that, okay, this man should have stood up and did this, or he could have did this. Okay, as a father, you know how I feel about my minds. The thing is, you already know where it will with me. But there's also ways that you can handle things too. Like I just said, it would have been handled off camera. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just what it is, man. It's just what it is.
Yeah. I agree. But you gotta always look at it like this, bro.
But Stephen seems like the type of person, if you was to say it in private, he would come out and say something totally different what the conversation actually was.
Exactly.
I don't even know him and I don't trust him. Like
he's
like he all for the yeah.
At the end of the day, him. Let me say this here, and not whoever here. At the end of the day, I know how I feel about certain cats that's up there that be doing these little talk shows and that's on the network. A lot of them cats, like I said, is assholes, and I believe truly of what it would be if it. Yeah, but but my thing is this here. My thing is this here. As a man, I know if I didn't, say what I had to say, I ain't got nothing else to say. If you want to go out there and make an ass of yourself, then you go do it. Okay?
I don't think he made an ass.
I don't give a damn on these platforms. That I'm not talking about LeBron now.
No.
I'm not talking about LeBron.
Hey man, I can put it to you like this.
I was saying,
there's always more than one way up the mountaintop, man. That's what the old heads used to say. So I really ain't gonna say which way is the right way. Only is just your way to handle it. Now I know me and you come from a different angle. We probably would have but you got to realize we in a different generation. We not in the generation of what we in now. So, you know, a lot of their approaches gonna be smile for the camera approaches. But at the same time, the only thing that I really have a problem with is like I understand that he in a position of privilege, but what about the other people who always in a position of privilege to do things like that ain't doing it in front of the camera? And guess what? The game don't fucking change. So me personally, if they can monopolize the Lakers, fucking do it. The whole Laker team could be a bunch of LeBrons running around. Because guess what that fucking is, my nigga? Generational fucking wealth. About goddamn time. That's all I'm saying. So I get that. What you're saying, Miss Soul? I get that.
The white people, the white lady that was paid for the college for their child to go to or something like that when their grades or something wasn't up to par. They make sure that their children are put in a position, no matter if they making F's or not. The money will get you into the position the way, and then it's up to the child to get up to par. But the parents,
and guess what? That dumb motherfucker, like sister said, hold up. Like sister said, and that dumb motherfucker end up being your boss. Guess what though? Like she said, the motherfucker failing. And guess what? He turned out to be your boss. He got his way paid through this motherfucker. So that's all I'm saying too. I'm agreeing 100%. Like I'm not going knocking nobody's shit. I'm just looking at the bigger picture. I'm just looking at the game in its entirety. Like, yeah, man, just like Shawty say, hey, that motherfucker got paid through college. And then guess what he ended up doing? His ass go out there, get turned out, be turned into all this shit, and he can go to rehab and come back and be your motherfucking boss, nigga. You understand me? So it's kind of like, damn, bro, guess what? Maybe we can even out the playing field a little bit. That's all I'm saying. Just even the playing field a little bit. You know?
Let me ask you a question. And no bullshit. Some of that stuff was going on when we was in school, right?
That's what I'm talking about.
These motherfuckers making these stuff there. Okay? So, at the end of the day, that's just what it is. And like I said before, that's just what's going on. But the whole approach I'm saying is a little differently. Of course, I'm going to defend the child to the very goddamn end. But when it comes to working, I'm going to show you. But then on the other hand, too, you got to prove it. Okay,
but bro, you don't think he LeBron not having them conversations with his son? Maybe that's why he the one stepping up and saying what he's saying. Like you don't think he taking him to the side and saying, like, no man, you make sure you get your game together and I'll handle your battles. You don't think he might be going at him like that, bro? Because guess what? If we on the outside looking in, all we doing is trying to interpret what we see. We on the outside looking in. You don't know what he's saying to his boy. You don't know what he's saying to him. You understand me?
We don't even know what he said to Stephen A.
So I just see it like, man, it just even out the playing field. I understand what you're saying because my dog talk about standards, like having standards and shit. I get that. I stand on, you got to have structure and standards. But at the same time, we know this shit is rigged. We know it's rigged, man. Come on. Work with me here.
Yeah, it's rigged. It's definitely rigged. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. You know, the problem, I think the problem is with me and Clean. You know what I'm saying here. When I had to go out and get mine, it wasn't handed to me like that. When you had to go out and get yours, it wasn't handed to you like that. And you know if parents been our parents, but you know we had to fight it. We had to fight and claw.
But LeBron James' son don't have to do that
and get the things that we did achieve out of life.
But LeBron James son does not have to do that.
They're just looking at the bigger picture. Yeah, we had the claw, but now we in the building. But now we in the building. It's like we in the building now. So you got to let them understand. You don't have to do what I do. You got to. It's like, bro, if you ever look and learn that every generation is supposed to add another layer. It's kind of like we did this. Now y'all got to come and do this. Y'all got to add on. We got y'all in the building. Now y'all got to learn how the fucking building work. You see what I'm saying? And it's like. I get you, my nigga, because I know it was pounded in our head y'all got to do this and do that. But you got to realize who taught us. You understand me? And the way they came at us, because they didn't want us to repeat their mistakes. That's all I'm saying. So these little niggas don't have to, they have to now master the game more in an intellectual way. You know what I'm saying? Like they got to come at the game more in an intellectual way. Like they got to look at it in a strategic way now. Because if they run in the building, oh, I'm in this motherfucker, they gonna get kicked out, and all our shit went for nothing. It's like we got to calm them down. We got to calm them down and understand. Look, man, these folks now they playing chess with you. You understand? We got you in the building, so you now have to be maneuvering in a way to make us keep moving up in the building. You get what I'm saying? And I can't never knock what you're saying because I understand how you structure. You got to realize how long I knew your motherfucking ass. You understand me? So it's like I understand what you're saying, but I'm also like, man, you got to realize, man, it's evolution in this game. It's evolution in this shit. Like you should be proud that you can see a black man trying to monopolize something in your face. Like you seeing it happening in your face. I get what you saying. Like, yeah, they not giving them that off. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, they saw. Yeah, I get it. But guess what? When have you ever seen a black man live and direct trying to monopolize something in your face? Like, if I can bring everybody in my family in this bitch, guess what? Y'all have a whole team full of LeBrons running around this motherfucker. Why not? Generational wealth, live and direct. That's all I'm saying, brother.
I have done everything by myself from the time that I left. So my child will not have to do that. She will not have to do the things that I did, trying to build a life for me. I'm grateful for the old me that got me to this position, but certain things that I had to do, my child will not have to. So if she will, whatever she decides she wants to do within Solid Soul Radio, we gonna create it for her. If she wants to be an engineer in the house. If she wants to be a designer, she can design all the outfits and stuff shit for the If she wants to fucking be a radio personality, I can teach that to her. If she wanted to make the floors as an interior designer, I'm going to be her first client. Okay, whatever she wants to do, I'm going to build that for her. Even if there's other people more qualified, she is going to get it at home. She ain't going to have to go no place else. So LeBron doing what he did for his son, whether he's qualified or not, he in there. And he going to stay in there.
That's it, brother. I'm sorry. Like, that's the argument. I get the conversation, but that is truly the argument. Like, you know?
I think, see, the thing is, I'm when it comes to certain things, I'm gonna give it to you, but I'm gonna hand it to you and say this is yours. You get what I'm saying? Because I need you to feel that burn. I need you to burn a little bit to understand what it's about. If you don't feel that burn, that's just like a person who ain't never struggled before.
But how do you know he's not feeling that burn after this conversation?
You will never understand. You won't be able to.
How do you know he's not feeling the heat?
Go ahead, say that again, baby. You broke up.
How do you know that he's not getting the heat from his father after what Stephanie said about his son? How do you know that he's not sitting up here doing extra? How do you know he's not sitting up here doing extra drills right now? He's not working on how to make his game better right now as we sit up here and talk about this conversation. How do you know he's not feeling that heat?
I'm pretty much sure he's showing him a lot of things.
So you saying he had to go through the struggle?
A lot of things, because at the end of the day, not anyone.
So why do we have to go through the struggle to be put in? Why do it seems like you're saying that we have to go through a struggle to be able to be put into position of LeBron James' son? And I don't think that's right. We don't have to always go through the trials and tribulations to be able to win.
No, you're not maybe catching. Sorry about this with this mic, but maybe you're not catching me on this here. A taste of it. This is what I'm expressing. Okay.
Okay.
Somebody who's, to me, if you don't bring, not necessarily that experience, but just got the understanding of what it is, you're not going to be able to control the situation if you hit to a lower point. Okay. The thing is, what I'm saying, you're in a position of the fact that everything is not going your way. You're running into a wall. You're trying to figure out what direction to turn. You want to make sure that a person is in control of every situation that's put in front of them. Okay, and it's gonna take a little time to get that. If you don't have that feel, I'm still saying, if you don't have that feel, it's kind of like what I'm saying is, don't be a bailout all the time. Okay, I love my kids, but I actually bail them out all the time. Some things you got to let them understand and find out how it is, so they'll know how to readjust. Okay,
how
of course, none of us is going to let our kids
son had to
be in a
bailed
position.
How many times do you think LeBron James' son had to be bailed out publicly?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I keep it real. I don't know. I don't watch all the interviews or whatever. But this, to be real, I'm going off of this one situation. I watch all of it.
So if this is possibly the only situation,
this was the one.
Why can't he stand up for him? He hasn't been put in a position where he had to be bailed out.
I'm pretty much sure, and I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this here. The way it's being set, right? I'm gonna make it seem like I don't watched everything that. No, I haven't. Since the boy came in the league, since he got drafted, there's been stuff all over social media.
Because why? He's LeBron James' son.
About his father, and the fact that
that's the only reason why. If he was
what I'm saying.
My son, nobody would give a fuck.
Hey, but I get what my dog said. He the generational kind of like of teaching somebody tough love, like tough love. I get the tough love. I get tough love. I get that. I get tough love. They got to learn,
Check this out.
I get what you're saying.
Check this. Check this out. See, when I was just speaking, I wasn't speaking about the fact of the situation completely. I'm speaking about how I would handle a situation. Okay. And then since the boy came in the league, it was stuff all over the social media about that. I ain't changing that. Okay. That's just what it is. I'm pretty much sure everybody else is not the only ones that put stuff out about it. Okay.
So hold on. If your son, Robbie Keith, had the opportunity to be in the position of LeBron James right now, you would tell the owners to pick somebody else because your son ain't good enough yet.
No, I'm not saying. The fact is, he had to go do the draft. End of the day, even if I'm on to go do the draft. See, this is the problem with a lot of us now of why we are like we are. He has to go do the draft. Did somebody get me in there? Did somebody put me on that team because of a hookup? So somebody put LeBron on the team because of a hookup.
Yes, I got here because my mom.
Okay. I ain't mad neither. If that motherfucker get me in there, I ain't tripping. My nigga, like, he struggle. He don't deserve to be in this motherfucker. Nigga, fucking struggle. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck I need to struggle for, motherfucker? To make this nigga happy? Oh, this nigga ain't struggle. Man, fuck what you talking about. Hey, you know my people? Let me in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel you, my nigga, but like, it's like the black man narrative got to be the struggle. This nigga ain't struggle. Man, fuck the struggle, nigga. I'm trying to. Why the fuck niggas got to struggle so fucking much, man? You know what I'm saying? So the little nigga ain't deserve it because he struggled. That's what happened. He ain't deserve it because he struggled.
Just,
But
I
I
don't
hear
care
you.
what
I hear
ethnicity
you.
or culture
It,
you
it
are.
it builds character to go through the
But
struggle.
Yeah, I get.
Okay,
Yeah,
to
yeah.
you
It does. It does. Yeah.
but I
be
want her to have a
able
different
to
character. I
be able
don't.
to go through, you know what I'm saying?
They
Yeah,
go. They
because
go.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be real with you. If my father, and I'm gonna say this here, if my father was in the position, and I know I got on the team, you know what I'm saying, that I know I didn't really, and to say that I continue not to increase but be at the same level. I ain't gonna front to you, man. I will probably feel some type of way because at the end of the day, I know I didn't really earn this shit myself. You know what I'm saying? And that's gonna always be in my review of just like, man, damn, I
But what
really
if
didn't
you
do this
become the
myself. It was
best?
kind of like a hookup.
What
They
if
do
you
that shit
become
all the
the
time with
best out
everybody.
of that hookup?
Hmm?
What if you become the best out of that hookup? You gonna slight yourself by
Not
giving
saying,
up.
I think it's
not saying
saying.
that can't happen.
Okay.
Who's giving up? Who's giving up what?
You said if
Giving up
you was
what?
put in the position, you would feel badly because you not up to par as you should be. All you got to do is make yourself up to par. And that's what LeBron
That's not
James'
giving
son has
up.
got to do.
That's not giving up. But that's not giving up. Okay? You can work and work and work your ass off that you're doing the best that you can. But according to what they see from a coach perspective, from an organization, you might not be up to par with them. Okay?
Apparently he
So
is because he's there.
I'm saying is
What's that movie? Love and Basketball. When
okay,
I know it's only a
okay.
movie.
We
I know it's only a
know
movie, but
right.
Sanaa Lathan, she got picked because another girl got pregnant, and she was not up to par at first, but she became the best before she got into the NBA. I know it's only a movie, but if she had given up and listened to all the girls on the other team, she would not have gotten to the NBA out of college. They was gonna pick somebody else, but they chose her because what's the call that got pregnant. But she stuck it out. She chose her relationship. She chose basketball over her relationship to be better. But I feel what you're saying. But I'm just gonna end on the note of we ain't always got to go through shit, go through mountains and molehills and tunnels and boulders and knives to be able to get to a successful position. We have got to get that out of our minds. Like there's a phrase, love hurts. No, the fuck, love don't hurt. The people that is loving you is hurting you. That's saying that they love you is hurting you. We've got to get out of the mindset of I got to go through a struggle to be able to build character or be able to get put in a position like LeBron James' son. We got to do better. I know my child ain't finna have to have the same. She gonna have to struggle, but she not gonna have the same struggles to get into a door because I am going to open that door for her. Now, staying in the room, that's her problem. That's gonna be hers. But I'm gonna make sure I give her the tools to be able to stay in those rooms. You know, yes, there's always going to be another generation that is going to try to be better than the old one. And I'm just happy that LeBron James' son is able to have an opportunity to show his ass.
Same thing I said.
Oh, my bad.
You basically no, I feel you, and you basically repeating the same thing I said. You're putting in your words. It's
I
not
don't know.
wrong
I
with
be
giving
feeling.
the tools.
I feel like we on
be
two
the one
separate
that
spectrums.
Maybe it's just the way that I'm throwing it out there. Maybe it's just the way I'm throwing it out there. But at the end of the day, look, I got scars behind mine. thing is, I look at my babies, I'm just like this here. No, I don't want them to get abused, none of that shit there. But I want them to understand, look, you gotta grind if you really want it. You know what I'm saying? Anything that's really like handed to you like that, you ain't gonna understand what it's like to really say, look, I earned this. Okay? You know,
that's gonna take years. That takes years.
We went out there. That anything that we went out here and worked for, we bust our ass and got it, and we know what we went through to get it. You know what I'm saying? We know that feeling. So if we decide to say, okay, well, I don't want this anymore, and just say we do want to give it to somebody, people don't understand that shit, man. That's all it is, man. It's not the fact though. Look, I think every last one of us would do the same thing. Well, I know I would. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, too, understand and feel me. Show that you want this. And that's what I'm stressing.
So
you know what I'm saying? Because we done seen so many kids that got. We done seen like this. We done seen too many kids and stuff like that. Then got handed stuff and
not us.
And put in positions.
Not us as black people. No, I have not seen that.
They fucked it all up.
That's the white people that's doing that shit.
I done seen everybody.
Cause I ain't seen none of us.
I'm keeping it real.
Okay. So let me ask you this question. Let me hit y'all for the question, bro. Just to throw a little spin at you. You don't think a lot of that can go under the ladder of home training? Like just putting that in the ladder of home training, like you, because you know a lot of characteristics don't come from your background. You know, I don't expect that the world is going to be able to give your home the same perspective that you're going to give them. And you can put them in a position and they still can have character coming from your camp. You understand? Like me personally, I believe in controlling the narrative as much as I can. Like, I don't want my sons not to understand that you're not like, yes, you're going to have to face adversity. But if I can show them or explain to them what adversity might look or sound like, when they see adversity, they won't be scared of it. You understand? And I look at that as like home training, man. And that's why I don't disagree with you. I agree with you 110%.
That's the point.
And it's like, if you look at the argument in itself, the argument is like home training and generational wealth. That's what I'm getting at. That's the categories where they can interlock. Like, you can give your background the characteristics that the world won't be able to give them, because we know how the world works. You think the world give a fuck? You think the world gonna look at my nephew and say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna build character. The world don't give a fuck if you got character or not. You give a fuck if my nephew got character. You get what I'm saying? And that's what it's about. Like, you being the one to give them the perspective to survive. That's it, my nigga. And I'm not bad.
I have one question for you, Robbie. So you said that you, as far as the character goes, you don't want your children to learn how you had to learn things, as far as how you got how you are. How do you want them to build that character without having to go through what you went through?
Check this out.
Because your children are not going to have to go through the same things that you went through to get to the character that you want them to have.
No, they're not.
So how do you expect them to build that character? I feel like you want them to have some kind of character about them that they're not going to have to go through that struggle. I think I asked that right.
Check this out. That's just like, no, I get you. I get everything you're saying, but it's just, let me start from the top here. Coming from my grandparents, coming to my parents, and what my parents had, what was embedded in me. Yeah, we don't want to look. My mom picked cotton. Okay, did I ever have to pick cotton? I ain't never had to pick no cotton. around up in the country with some of my peeps, and they had the little stuff out there, and I might grab a little piece or two. But I ain't never had to pick no cotton like that. Did I get my hands a couple of times? Yes, I did. Okay, I know the feel. At the end of the day, when we stress these things, we mean for the era that our kids is in. Okay, just put my parents' era, and feel and understand the stuff that they did. I had to be in my own particular era and maneuver around things and understand how to do it. What they taught to me was the way that I presented in my modern day time. Okay? Whatever struggles I had to deal with. And I got through them. What I'm preaching to minds is basically the same thing. I want you to be able to, in the era that you're gonna feel a little bit of that burn, but I want you to conquer it. And the only way you conquer it is that you first feel that burn. You know what it's like.
How do you want them to feel the burn?
Okay.
I'm laughing because I see put that shit, my nigga. But yeah, I get it. Okay, it's a good question.
Look, it's just like I said, whatever situation, modern day situation that they have to go through. Okay, whether it's, I use for example, whether it's something
but okay, so but the burn that
life, hell, it can even be in school. You never know.
But I feel that burn is not going to be enough for you.
Go ahead.
I feel like that burn is not going to be enough for you because it's not the same kind of build the character. Oh, you had to pick out a blue shirt because red wasn't available. That's no kind of struggle. You don't know if that was a struggle for them or not. They burn is not going to be your burn, and I don't feel like you see that. Hello?
That's what I just said.
What you say?
That's what I just said. Let me say it again. The things that my grandparents went through, my parents caught the tail end of.
You
the
saying
things
it.
That my
You
parents
saying
went
it.
Through,
you saying it out your mouth. You are saying it out your mouth, but I don't feel like you are really understanding it.
Modern day struggles. Hear me. Every generation got their own struggle. Hey, you tripping like a motherfucker over there, bro. I see you, dog. That's what the show.
Hey, it's good, my nigga. I'm glad you have a conversation, my nigga. No, I'm cooling, my nigga. I'm listening.
We got a whole nother topic. I'm trying to see if we're gonna get to the man. But real talk though.
I nigga serious about that struggle, man. Oh man, I'm saying I get it. Boy, that struggle. I feel sorry for my nephew, boy. Nigga, I feel sorry for my nephew. You got me over here in tears, nigga. You about to tell a bird. So I was saying, what kind of bird you want to tell? I'm like, shit.
Oh man.
Hey man, y'all fucking me up, man. I can't fuck with y'all, man. Y'all got me fucked up, man. Come on, man. Y'all got everybody out here looking at us and shit. I'm tripping, man. This nigga hit. Y'all funny, boy.
Hey,
man, I like working with y'all. I like working with y'all. Oh, shit.
Check this out, man.
Oh, shit.
Check this out.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna say this here. And we can have this conversation all day. You know what I'm saying? And by all means, the same thing. I love the fact that we have, different perspectives about things. That's what makes the show good. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not supposed to be all in agreement of things and stuff like that. And John, I appreciate you. I appreciate you because we were looking for that type of thing on this show. You get what I'm saying? So I definitely
Hey, but I gotta
appreciate you.
get my shit reconnected fucking with you, man.
Hey, get your shit right. Hey, we're gonna take a break and we're gonna hit this next topic real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So we'll be right back with y'all.
Be careful.
Right here on Edition 843 The Wide. What's going on, world? It's the one and only DJ Robbie Key, and I'm back up in this thing, you know what I'm saying? Of course, joining me once again, my man Clean, and the one and only Soul John, you know what I'm saying? So we about to hit the second part of the show, and we're going to talk about something that's also been over the internet as well as the news for quite some time now. It's a situation with Trevor Moses. I'm going to play this little clip here, and we're going to talk about this after this.
And has lost his life following a fight on Shreveport City streets. NBC6 News has exclusively obtained video of what led up to that incident and who initiated the confrontation. Good evening, and thanks for being with us tonight. I'm Dan Jovic. Shreveport police say their investigation into an assault outside of a nightclub is now a investigation. It is our top story tonight. The surveillance video obtained exclusively by NBC6 News shows what unfolded on a public sidewalk on Sunday, January 26th, just after 5:30 in the morning. The video shows 25-year-old Trevor Moses apparently getting into an argument with several women. 43-year-old Christopher Temple, who is wearing the white baseball hat, steps in and directs the women away from that argument. The group then walks on North Spring Street towards Travis Street. That's when the video shows Christopher Temple punching Trevor Moses as Moses is talking to another man. According to police, the men continued to fight for several minutes until Moses hit Temple in the face and Temple hit his head on the concrete on Commerce Street. He was taken to the hospital, underwent surgery, and was sent to Carpenter's House Hospice, where he on February 15th. Moses has been arrested for second-degree battery. Police are working with the district attorney's office to see.
All right, man. Y'all seen the clip of that, and you know, other thing that been on the news and stuff like that. You know, I gotta ask y'all because to me, that situation looked more like a self-defense situation. But of course, they want to point the finger in this case here. What's y'all thoughts on it, man? Excuse me.
It's self-defense. It ain't his fault that the nigga fell, and it's unfortunately that he lost his life. But it's he died being a bully. I mean, my condolences for his family, but you don't just be running around picking fights. I guess, you know, and I feel like if it was the other race, he wouldn't be. This wouldn't even be a daggone issue. The white girl just shot her boyfriend for nothing and wasn't even cleaning the gun and got no jail time. And now this was an accidental motherfucking shit, and he didn't even start it. This shouldn't even be a fucking shit. This piss me off. The only reason why it is because I feel like he's black.
You know what? I totally agree with Soul on that. Like, I feel like the more they tell us things change, the more it look the same type stuff. If my man swung first, evidently he underestimated who he was dealing with. And like she said, we're not gonna sit here and glorify him losing his life, but at the same time, he took it upon himself to think that he could dominate a situation that evidently he couldn't. So if they always want to come to us and tell us how things are coming together, but we see things like this, and just like Sister said,
we see other situations where other people walk scot-way free, and now they want to hold us to allegations that we didn't even start. So it seems like, man, the more they try to tell us shit changed, the more it seems like it stay the same, and that's just the way it seems.
And this is why nepotism will always win.
You know,
I agree. The further on the conversation, like, yeah,
you know what? Looking at too in this video is that even after the situation, before he threw a punch at this brother, the situation seemed that it had be what was going on, but it seemed like it was just more of just verbal stuff going on over there. It seemed like the situation, okay, and everybody was walking together in a certain direction. Out of nowhere, that's when old boy decided to take a blind shot and hit this man. Okay, I agree with y'all 100%. That you don't want to see nobody lose their life in situations like this here. But come on, man, it's clear as day. This man, he put this situation like that, and I know that kid probably didn't have no intentions on something like that happening. He did. This man struck this man behind. You know what I'm saying? I guess he was out there trying to make a scene. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate that the whole thing happened like that. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, condolences to the dude, family and everything, but come on, man. And then they got this young man here.
How much time are they saying that he could get for this?
Locked up. I didn't get that. I didn't even get the information on that. But what they are stating is that like a manslaughter charge and some other stuff. They say other pending charges, which I don't, you know what? I don't see how the fuck that can be. This man
because they make
basically
up shit.
Defended himself. You know what I'm saying? How the fuck?
Well, if you listen to what the man said in the beginning of the video, he tried to make it seem like the dude was helping the white girl situation. They almost tried to paint a picture of him like he was defending them. You know, that's why when I was listening, I was like, he talking like his ass was been there, like he was there. The way he was narrating what had happened from start to the point of what it led up to. Like, all we saw was the video. Yeah. We don't know what words were exchanged. All that is hearsay. You know?
Is he still arrested?
Right.
Because it says he was released.
Yeah, to my knowledge,
I'm not sure.
Oh, he was released?
Yeah, that's what it said. He was later
because I know when I pulled the release, they still had him. Because when I incarcerated, so I'm. At the end of the day, though, it's still the fact of what they're trying to. In a later court date. Give it to me.
No, it says contrary to false reports, he has not been arrested for murder or manslaughter and is not currently in jail.
Okay.
So
up to minute facts, bro. Hell yeah. Okay, well that's good to hear.
That's good to know.
So I guess after the incident,
that's good to know. But I'm not seeing if there's going to be a court date or anything for it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you know what's crazy about this is because not just with this, you have a lot of situations that take place like this, and they still, got a lot of cats that then got locked up and doing time for stuff that really wasn't, their fault. It was basically a self-defense mode. You know what I'm saying? And this is what we a lot of these days. And it's like sometimes you don't even get the opportunity to make bail. Just like the conversation we were having last week with the young lady with the mess where she went to the infants. You know what I'm saying? just like we see it for what it is, and we decided there need to be some serious changes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what we do, bro. We hit them where it's at. We take away all that bullshit they try to give them, and we get to the truth of the conversation. Because like I know, all people want to do is add layers to things. So when we unpeel back these layers, and these folks really get to see what's really going on, that's why the conversation gonna change some, man. You got to try to control the narrative as much as you can. Stop letting other people speak and speak for yourself. That's what we got to do.
What pains me is that they know what I don't know the words I don't remember the words that you just said, but they know the shit that's going on. They know that things ain't right. They know that they get white privilege or whatever privilege. Anybody gets privilege when it's us on the other side of it, and everybody can see it. And the fact that things can still go down the way that they do when everybody knows that the other side ain't right, it pains me to know that my daughter won't always be so little. That is one scary thing about being a parent, is being the child of being the parent of another Black child, because that is a struggle. That is a struggle that they are going to have to deal with out in the real world. And I know I can't shield her from everything, but I am going to make sure that she has an opportunity here while I am still here, because of what I see that's going on. And I thank goodness for cameras and everything now, and people posting their own stuff, because a lot of things that happened to us back in the day was not recorded and nobody had any proof. That was one line that people are lying when they say, do you have proof? Do you have proof? Because nobody ever had proof. Well, now there's proof out there, and the proof is in the motherfucking pudding.
Exactly. Yeah, man. I truly agree with that. And we give these kids identity, a presence, and a voice. And if they understand that they do have a presence, you do have a voice, you do have a choice. It's like the things that they have to realize that belong to them. Don't get caught up in the superficial shit that can come and go. Like brother was saying, like, character does need to exist. But I feel like this is the privilege of our generation. We can instill in them things that they don't have to go through. It's kind of like, if I can tell you what direction to go, and I say, look, man, don't go left, go right, because if you go left, this is going to happen. That's passing information. That's the shit that I believe that as Black fathers, we don't understand the value of information. And even as a mother, she gets it. She like, I want my child to know as much as she can, because it's all about knowledge, like understanding yourself and understanding what's going on around you, and still being able to identify yourself in the masses. You understand me? Like, it's nothing wrong with the masses coming together, but you still need to know who you are as a person. And I feel like that falls under the umbrella of home training, because like I know, the reason we built the way we built is because we knew what we had to deal with. I ain't even gonna have this conversation. For all those who had them real parents, like you was more scared of dealing with them than anybody else you had to fucking face. You understand that. And that's what gave you that character, because when you got older, you got it. You were like, you know what? All that bullshit that they was throwing at me, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I truly believe like this is where you have to build that bridge of understanding, like the generations have to relate. This is why the passing of knowledge is so important. You'll never get past that, because this thing's going on in their generation we won't understand, but the guidance will still be the same. The game don't change, my nigga. You know that. So
and that's what I was trying to say in the previous conversation. Their battle scars aren't your battle scars. That's what he said, was what I was trying to get at last conversation.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Definitely the game elevates, you know what I'm saying? Just a different generation, you know. But like always, you know what I'm saying? Of course, and I'm glad to have y'all on the show, man. You know, we all do our thing. We all come together at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Despite the fact of differences or whatever, that's what it's all about. This is what the world has to offer. You know what I'm saying? It's who we, you know what I'm saying? So once again, I'm DJ Robbie Key. I got my man Big Clean and Miss Soul John up here. You know, this is Ignition 843 The Wire, and we out this thing. Much love.
Deuces.
The almighty chief.